T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. All three engines up and burning. 2, 1, 0, and liftoff.
1, 2, 3, 4.
You're listening to The Twisted 10, bringing you original and unique host-created top 10 lists, recorded live in world-famous Cocoa Beach, Florida, with hosts Tach Van Sickle, Adam Poston, Jay Alvarez, and me, Andrea Joy.
And welcome to another episode.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot that, didn't I?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what was just happening. Why did Tach say it first?
What?
They make fun of me for saying it, Jay.
Yeah, he comes back from
No,
breaks.
I know.
Yeah.
It just sounded weird that Tach said it first. Like, wait, no, that's not the order of things.
Things are upside down today.
Welcome to another episode of The Twisted 10. I am Adam. This week, I am not one of your hosts, guys. And there's no Skype on the screen, so it's not a remote host.
Oh, shit.
We do have some, hat-wearing guys in the studio, though. We'll get to that in a minute. Sitting across the room from me, way over there on the other side.
Hey, I'm Tach, and, yeah. And over there on the Lady Chase.
I'm Andrea Joy, and as you know, they can't pay me enough to do a Twisted 10 list, so I am not your host.
And I'm Jay Alvarez. Just really ringing in the lazy card because I'm not hosting either. I get to just hang out again. I love this.
What are we doing?
That's the beauty of this show.
I love the fact that we allow strangers into your home to do this.
Right? Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Makes it worthwhile because we don't have to work those
And
weeks.
we feed them and bathe them. And
Didn't you say you picked these guys up on the street?
Yeah. No, I found him wandering outside. We had guests tonight, right?
Is that not who these guys are?
Apparently
No.
we do now.
We were planning, right?
Yeah, so we do have two special guests in studio. One of them is bringing us a list, and one of them is here for moral support, something like that.
Sure, yeah, we could call it that.
Yes.
He's like, we
That's
wrote
gross.
we wrote oral, but yeah, sure.
Oh, and as far as bathing the guests, Andrea just watched Coming to America last night. So
not for the first time.
The royal penis
no,
is clean.
yes, exactly. She needs it as a refresher.
Well, I'm Rocky, and I am your host. I'm the host of What's the Fuss podcast, and also I have with me to my left my muse, my flame, my very best friend, employee of the month, Hurricane Bill Helveston.
Yes.
Hey, how's it going,
I was
everybody?
hoping. I was so hoping you were going to do the introduction just like you did on the show. That's awesome.
The only thing missing
you
is...
kicked it off. There's a up switch on it, up on off switch on it.
I've never used a microphone before.
It's okay. The only thing missing in that intro was the badass Slipknot.
Yeah. I mean, we kind of skewed it, so it's not supposed to sound like Slipknot, but it is.
Etchy,
No, I got you. That
it
way
totally is.
It gets around the...
We did that in
Etchy did that.
Yeah,
That's-
Etchy and I, our producer who couldn't be with us, unfortunately, we have a very hilarious producer that's usually with us on the show, but we're building a network over in Orlando. He's working very hard trying to get our studio ready. We've got a lot of new things going on basically in Orlando. A big studio that we're making, and a new network. It's PFT Media. This is actually the first time I've talked about it on a podcast.
Breaking news.
Yeah.
No,
PFT
definitely.
Media, and we got we are with the likes of Scotch and Good Conversation, my show, What's the Fuss podcast, and also we have Cinema Crespediso helping us out.
Nice.
We also have a few new guys. We're going to have Simon Time Trivia. We're going to actually Bill's going to have a show eventually. Also, we have
Plug bell.
The plug bell.
Oh, that's the plug bell. Yeah, we got a lot of cool people. Big Tim Murphy's going to be on the.
No shit.
Oh, I love Big Tim.
Yeah, he's going to have a history show, I think.
A history show with Big Tim Murphy? Really? Oh well.
Is he doing it while standing at the hot dog cart?
I hope so. Have you had his hot dogs?
No, I haven't. I haven't had the pleasure.
I had him at Pyro Spot. There you go. Ahead and hit the plug bell. Yeah, I had it. It was really, really good.
Nice.
Absolutely.
No, that's cool. PFT. So PFT Media.
PFT Media. Yeah, we're doing it. And What's the Fuss was the first the first show on it, and then the whole idea was to expand eventually. But we got together with Chris Crespo from Cinema Crespediso, and it really just fit. And then we got Peter from Scotch and Good Conversation with us, and a lot of people started falling in line, and it really just kind of worked. And then it was pretty perfect.
Nice,
we
dude.
figured out this is what we're supposed to do.
That is awesome. Yeah,
Awesome.
we're working on we're building on this side. We're building our two shows up first, and then eventually we're gonna do some ad sharing inside podcasts in Central Florida that want ads, because we have an ability to sell ads. but we don't have an ability to build a network, so to speak. But we're going to have some kind of partnering, teaming agreement, something like that eventually.
Yeah.
But that's down the road for us.
We just wanted to Forrest Gump it, put our backs against each other.
So you guys are building a studio out there too?
Yeah. Well, I'm not,
Eventually, that'll end up happening down the road.
We're still
At
trying to
least
figure out all
that's
this.
the plan.
Yeah.
Nice.
Adam, are they stealing our idea?
A little different, maybe.
But they're in Orlando, right?
Yeah, that's Orlando.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
okay.
I feel like this is the longest introduction you guys have done. It's my fault.
So for the record, we were planning on guest tonight, right?
No, Jay just found 2 guys in the driveway and said, "Come on in."
I just wanted to make sure I didn't fuck up again.
Did you ask somebody again? Are you here for the free pizza? And they just said yes. Is that...
That's always how it happens.
That's how we
of
should.
course.
I just smelled it.
First meal in 3 days.
As long as they bring a list, it's good.
No, that's
I
awesome.
just so happen to be walking down the street with a list of stuff in my hand.
That's awesome.
Peter with Scotch and Good Conversation is booked for Twisted 10 as
Yes, he told me to tell you hello.
Nice. Yeah, I've got so I'm trying to pick the alcohol for that night. So I've got a good bottle of Maker's Mark sitting up there. So I might do some Maker's Mark
Good
with
way
them.
to go.
However, once a year, I'll go spend big boy dollars and buy a bottle of Johnny Walker Blue. That's my
cool.
favorite.
Yeah, perfect.
But that's also like $200.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Well,
if I'm
he
gonna do that or not.
he also fancies beer, so you can just get some nice craft beers, and that could also
Not a bad idea.
really do.
He likes
do
weird
well with
ones
him.
too, so anything will do. I feel like when you have a real beer snob, if you just throw like a dart at the wall figuratively and just get any beer, they're gonna know something about it.
That's true.
But also, he'll probably bring some scotch.
Yeah, no
knowing
doubt.
him, yeah,
Yeah.
He's a very good guy.
He's
That's
one of
awesome. I've heard him on several different podcasts out in Central Florida. So
Kind of
he's
a
cool-
sort
cool
of a
dude.
mentor of mine, actually. He likes to put me in my place whenever I get too big for my britches. He really does.
Nice. You got to like that. All right. So for the listeners that are coming to us from What's the Fuss podcast, the Twisted 10, and if you're new to the Twisted 10, the Twisted 10 is a top 10 list podcast.
Can I try this?
You wanna do it
again?
this week?
I think I might do it better.
Are you
This
ready?
Did you
This
work
is
out
big-
the issues? Are you going to not confuse our listeners again?
I'll try.
You have your
I'll
big
try.
boy pants on.
Do it.
All right, here
You
we go.
can do it.
Okay, so if this is the first time you're ever listening to the Twisted 10, what we do here is we take somebody comes in with a top 10 list, and what we do, Jay, may have to help me out here.
Uh-oh.
What we do here
Already
is we
calling the
take that
assistant.
list. Yeah, we call me assist. We take that list and we wrap it in a blanket, and then
We swaddle it real tight,
swallow it super tight.
like like limb numbingly tight.
Yeah,
Yes.
limb numbing. And then we take that and we put it in a little basket, and then what
You
happens?
float it down the river Nile like little baby
Little
Moses.
baby Moses. And then some woman picks it up, and then
We
no.
end up lost in the weeds, of course, and
Well, oddly enough, it's a top 10 list, so it ends up written on 10 tablets, and you get a million people worshiping every fucking 20 minutes.
kind of like our show.
That's how it works, right?
So then we take a top 10 list and we break it down and we discuss it in an original host-created top 10 list. And what am I forgetting?
I don't know, but if I had the sound effect board hooked up, I would have the womp womp womp.
Yeah.
That sound effect ready to go, Tach.
Adam, your voice is buttered sex compared to how he did that. When you came in, it was so much smoother, and I was like, "Oh man,
You see what's happening here? You see this?
Yeah, what the fuss, man?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, no. I like your shirt better. If that's any,
Oh,
consolation.
thanks. Yeah, whatever. Oh, your shirt's nice.
That's how I fell in love with him, his voice.
Tach?
Thank you.
You fell in love with Tach?
Wow,
Thank you.
How the hell did this happen?
Oh,
that's so awesome.
No, but anyway, this week is definitely What's the Fuss podcast's turn at the helm. So you guys know the show. We basically turn it over to you. Our listeners and us have no clue what your list is going to be. It's going to be a giant surprise to all of us.
Me too.
It can literally be anything from who did we have last week? Last week we had Clay Groves with the Fish Nerds podcast. By the way, motherfucker, that guy's got like 15,000 likes on his page. He's on his
Nice.
Facebook. He's way bigger up in New Hampshire. No, Maine. No, New Hampshire.
He's
I
up
think.
in New Hampshire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, he brought us a list, guys. This is what we do. We I know the theme of the list was probably going to have something to do with his podcast, which is about fishing. He's a comedy guy. I mean, he's a funny guy, so he can make a fishing podcast sound cool. If you're not into fishing, it'll still be entertaining. I'm like, all right, what is he
Wait,
going
a
to?
podcast about fishing.
100% fishing. Yes.
A podcast about fishing sounds like the podcast Bob Ross would listen to.
Long way for that
Love
dad
Bob
joke.
Ross.
Put a happy little carp right over here.
But he did it.
Yeah, Happy
he,
Little Creek.
he brought this list. It was the top 10 fishy parents, and it had all to do with fish and how they mate and the most fucked up things you could ever imagine. Like, I did not know some fish can breastfeed and have breast milk. like
Whoa.
mammals. Yes.
Like
Fish
that-
have nipples?
Yes.
That thought just literally rocked me in my chair. Because I was just like, what?
Fish?
It was a
fish
very
have
entertaining episode. If you haven't listened to it, check it out.
Yeah, I'm
What
definitely
do the
gonna listen
baby
to that
fish
one.
suck on?
Nipples.
Yeah.
Don't spoil it. Listen to the show.
Look,
That's
you don't,
how you do it.
You
right
don't
there.
need nipples to produce milk. That's how you get soy milk. Duh.
I have
Where's an
nipples.
almond's nipples?
Can you milk me?
You don't need a nipple for milk. Duh.
All right. So, but anyway, that's one of the lists that we've got them. They're all over the place. So, Oliver,
No,
Yes.
no,
He's
squeaky
squeaky.
boy.
Oh, you
yes,
found it.
Ollie.
He's
You're
cute.
the
drop
man.
it. I don't know why I'm saying that in the mic. He can't hear me.
He's mad too.
He doesn't have headphones on.
He's gonna be pissed. He can't get to this. Oh,
Give him some little puppy headphones.
there's a candle up there. I can't
Yeah,
do
set it on fire. Accidentally, maliciously.
That was his very first toy.
No, I don't want to watch the dog's heart break.
We had that toy before I had that dog.
No.
Waiting for him.
I was
right.
going to say, just play with dog toys?
So this is the point of the show where we hand over the metaphoric keys.
All right, do your corny bit again.
Please, go ahead.
Ready?
I like it. I love it.
Okay, ready? There goes.
Oh, you caught it.
You guys are the first one to catch it.
That was great.
Right.
No, I love the
Hey.
style of how you caught it. Like your nickname was Sport. You know. What I mean?
Like he handed
Want
over
to go
the
have a
keys.
catch?
He handed over the keys to the old Chrysler LeBaron, and it's
Yeah.
like my first time taking it to
Now
high
I'm
school.
starting to doubt all those sad stories about your childhood.
Oh man, are we bringing that up? Well, this is top 10 shittiest things that happened to me during my childhood. No, I'm joking. I'm fucking around. No. Actually, I did. And you know what? I didn't do my favorite. I didn't do the most twisted. I just got. I listened to hundreds and hundreds of this particular kind of fact, and I just found 10 that I thought were just weird, that for some reason they just grabbed me. And it's top 10 Simpsons facts. And there's
Yes.
yeah.
Nice.
Simpsons is one of my favorite shows. I didn't want to do anything that was, like you said earlier, related to my podcast, because we do a lot of music. We do a little bit of politics. We do a lot of dick jokes. We do, we listen to a lot of punk rock, a lot of hip hop and stuff like that. And I didn't want to do a music thing in, I didn't want to turn anybody off. And I figured everybody loves The Simpsons. And if you don't, obviously this is not going to be the particular podcast for you. I would go to the last one about fishing, which actually sounds really cool.
Who hates The Simpsons? Communists love The Simpsons. Like,
Oh man! Oh, you know what? No, there are some countries. We'll get to it that won't allow and won't have them.
Something tells me the people that like The Simpsons know how to podcast listen or know how to listen to a podcast and probably go hand in hand.
I would think so. I would agree.
Most podcast listeners probably look like the comic book guy. That's what I imagine.
Man.
Yes.
Dude,
Not
you realize those
true.
are the guys that download the show, right?
It's the podcasters that look like that.
Yeah, that's
The
right.
listeners
I look like
are
Barney.
hot.
I look like Barney, so I'm not.
Yeah.
Holy shit, you kind of do.
I'm not picking on anyone. I'm not picking on anyone. Believe me.
Barney is adorable.
That was a good impression. Who did that?
That was
I love the turn this has taken.
Yeah.
I also appreciate when there's somebody new in the studio that doesn't recognize our faces, because
I know. I love, they're always like
we're behind the mic like this, so they can't see our lips. But when we say something,
they're always they're searching around like who.
and the weird thing is, when they hear a deep voice, they look right at Andrea. That's the weirdest. No, I'm just kidding.
What did you say?
I've met some pretty mean women in my life.
Yeah.
What can
I have
say?
to say you are just as beautiful as you sound. By the way, everybody out there,
Such a sweetheart.
who has not
Thank
who has
you
not
so
seen her.
much.
She's
That's amazing.
She seems
Thank
like
you.
Princess Vespa in Spaceballs.
Nobody knows.
Who knew?
You guys are too crazy. All right, well, I'm just gonna jump right into it. The Simpsons have done a lot of weird shit, and one thing they've done a lot is predict the future.
Oh yes.
They predicted 3 Super Bowls correctly. They predicted a lot of stuff, and one weird thing they got was Donald Trump's presidency of all things. This was in 2000 during his failed attempt, thank God, at the first time around, and basically there's an episode called Bart Goes to the Future, or Bart to the Future, and Lisa is the president at the time, and she starts talking about well, basically, her line is, the first line of business is we have to fix the deficit from President Trump. And it was just a really weird thing that they got such a specific, because at the time, the writers thought it was such a ridiculous idea.
Sure.
That it could happen. But I think this was the same year that it wasn't The Rock. It was someone else went for president, too. It was another outlandish character that I'm glad it didn't go too far. But
Oh, Jesse Ventura?
maybe.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah, I think it was Jesse, because Jesse Ventura was the mayor of
No, he's governor.
He was governor of
of
Minnesota.
Yeah.
Minnesota.
Yeah, and
Yeah, they had Jesse Ventura and Al Franken as their senator.
Yeah, Jesse Ventura is my least favorite person to hear speak, and not because of his politics. I really don't even know what he stands for, but his voice is actually.
What do you
it's
mean,
just
man?
repulsive.
He was one of the best color commentaries on WWE
But the thing is, that's
ever.
what he sounds like when he's just talking to you.
Yeah, he sounds like he's spitting
I
all
guess
the time.
I wouldn't want to sit around and have like a debate with him.
He'd be covered in spit. Yeah, but that was a really weird one that they predicted, and I just thought it was I mean, how weird is that? Because technically, if they're right, then Lisa and Kang the alien are next. That's what that means in Simpsons
Awesome.
world.
So
Which
that-
I mean, they've been right before.
So,
Lisa would be a
so
good
Yeardley
president.
Smith, maybe isn't that her name? Yeardley Smith.
I'm not sure.
She does a lot of voices. That's
You're
for
the
sure.
person
I know
that does Lisa's voice. You know what? I don't have that.
I think it is. I think her name is Yeardley.
Her
Smith
first name
or
is
something.
Yeardley, Yeardly. Yeardley.
Yeah, I think so.
No,
Sam?
no,
I'm
it'll
glad
be
that you
the
guys know some
actual
Simpsons facts,
character.
too.
It'll be the actual
the actual
character,
oh,
Lisa
okay.
Simpson, will be
Okay.
Yeah.
president.
Well, Lisa and then Kang, because Kang in one of the Treehouse of Horrors, he eventually becomes President Kang.
All hell, President King.
Yes, that's it. Dude, I'm so glad you guys are Simpsons
That was him
fans.
over there.
Oh, man, I
that's
keep
him.
looking at you.
It's
All right.
okay.
But,
People
'cause-
confuse this all the
No,
time.
it also he looks like he would know more Simpsons than I do.
yeah,
It's true.
I guess so.
It's true.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
I know way more than I look like I should.
I'm more of a Family Guy
Are you?
guy.
See, I'm not. No.
Sorry.
No, I'd love to hear. I'd love to hear some Family Guy facts because that's one of my other favorites. Simpsons, Family Guy. You know the drill. South
I'm more
Park.
of a Simpsons
American
guy
Dad and-
than a Family
Are you guys
Guy.
South
Me
Park
too.
or South Park or Family Guy?
South Park or Family Guy?
for sure.
Family
But,
Guy for Texas.
Family Guy, but I love South Park too.
Really?
Like I'm one of the few that love both.
I watched South Park maybe back like in high school. I was like,
Yeah,
almost
I
20
used to watch it years
years
ago. yeah.
Oh, wow.
I'd say I've watched more South Park, but I can relate more with Family Guy.
I like
but
a
out
lot,
of
I
the
like
three,
South Park.
Simpsons is trumps.
Yeah,
everything else.
yeah, it's got to be.
I grew
Yeah.
up with that.
Fuck
Nice
that,
use of the word
I still
Trump,
claim
too.
Daria.
Oh, Daria is awesome.
That was
Oh my god.
favorite of all.
You know what? I saw Black Daria the other day in a pizza place in Altamont, and she was the hottest person I've ever seen in my life. By far, it was amazing. She had the same get up, the same jacket. It was awesome. Boots, amazing. All right, number 9, guys.
9.
Don't you
Number
usually go?
nine.
That's yep. I was waiting for that. Gym mats and food. That scandal about gym mats and food was before it actually went on to when it became a huge scandal out. A bunch of places.
Subway,
Yeah,
right?
Subway. Yeah, Subway. They were using the same material you make
their
yoga
bread.
mats with.
Beli-
out of
yeah,
their
well,
buns.
there's a one of the chemical compounds in the breads in Pillsbury, Wonder Bread, Subway, and Chipotle. Actually, they all had
Oh, damn.
this chemical compound that was this spongy gym mat like material. And that what's funny about that was another Treehouse of Horror episodes, and which is probably why I got a lot of these because those were my favorite.
Yeah.
But
Those were really the best
Yeah.
ones.
Oh, yeah. Those were fantastic.
they
episodes.
started running out of food to feed the kids, so they started with gym mats and all this other stuff, and then they ended up feeding kids to kids. And
Yeah,
that was the whole.
I remember
remember
that
that.
episode.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
and,
a great
um,
episode.
I remember the lunch lady. She was like, "There's very little meat in these gym mats," but that ended up being a really big scandal with a lot of different companies, the ones that I just mentioned, and it was pretty gross. I'm sure that there's probably a better way to make bread spongy. I'm
Well,
not.
maybe they use the edible substance to make the gym mats.
Yeah, I mean that's absolutely
well,
Maybe
possible.
it's vice versa.
I mean, you're
just keep
100%
those-
correct.
You just keep those rose-colored glasses on.
what I want to know is who was the guy who remembered these? Like when it first broke the news, like, oh wait, that happened in The Simpsons.
That's a good question.
Everybody,
that guy? Who's that guy?
It's a huge phenomenon online. Simpsons did it. Hashtag Simpsons did it is a huge thing.
That's true.
Every show, basically, if you've got a sitcom or a cartoon out there, you're going to run into if you have an idea,
Yeah, well,
there's a good chance The Simpsons is going to
South
be.
Park did a whole episode about how the Simpsons
Well, the
did it.
Simpsons have been doing it since the year I was born, 1987. So they've been doing it a long, long time. And that's a reminder
God,
that I'm no
longest-
longer going to be on the most influential under 30 list.
That's the longest running show of all time. Isn't
Yes,
it?
is.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
It
that's
is.
correct.
Animated or not.
Yeah, and I mean I think I still like it when I watch it. Like I just recently cut the cable, but before that, the only show I watched was The Simpsons, and then I grew up and I bought the DVDs.
We had stopped the cable for a while, but we just got it back again.
I'm
We're a
over it.
Spectrum fan. or
I'm
Spectrum-
not a fan. I got my my Fire Stick and all that stuff like that. Netflix. I did it all legal, but it's cheaper and it's in my opinion, way better.
I
Also,
always feel like when people say I did it all legal right after saying that, there's absolutely no way.
It's probably
they
so
did it
questionable.
legally.
well, I work too much. I do not have time to sit around and watch TV. I really don't. I listen to podcasts at work if I'm able to, and I listen to podcasts as I do my dishes and stuff at home. But I really don't have time to sit around and watch TV. I'm very busy.
Nice.
All right, let's go back to let's go down to number 8. The donut. It's actually the donut-shaped universe theory. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Homer Simpson. I don't know how he got this theory together. The episode's not clear in my mind, but it was the episode with Stephen Hawking on it, and on that episode, he theorized that the universe could be shaped like a donut or a torus, as it's actually named.
Mm-hmm.
But 4 years later, after that, cosmologists, not cosmetologists, found radiation patterns that suggest that the universe is actually tube-like and hollow in the middle, meaning it would resemble that. And it actually, I don't have this in front of me either, but it had some weird effect on how they look at the patterns that, like, how atoms act. And so now it's revamped a lot of how they think the world works and all this stuff. It's a really weird thing that they went into, but it started with the donut-shaped universe, which I thought was really funny because obviously he loves donuts. My friends and I have a donut tattoo for the Simpsons and stuff. And it's just I don't know. It's so iconic. I mean, I remember the episode where they were raining donuts or whatever. Homer goes to universe after universe and he doesn't find the right one, and he almost lands in the universe where everything is perfect. His wife and kids are awesome, and he leaves just because they don't know what donuts are. And then as he leaves,
it was like a Twilight Zone episode.
It was as he leaves, they go, "Oh no, it's raining outside," and they look outside. It's fucking raining donuts.
So maybe, I don't know, maybe he stays then. I would stay for that.
No. He left right before he figured that out. That out. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he
He's
kills
already
himself or
gone.
something. Yeah.
I fucking love The Simpsons.
Sorry. We always open beers on the mic in my
That's
show.
quintessential on your show. It is.
Yeah.
Every show starts that way, doesn't it?
Pretty much,
most
yeah.
of them.
Most
I
of
mean,
I'd say 99.9%.
yes. There's like the one show I've done where I had a coffee and that was it. Other than that, I've pretty much been drunk every hour I've been on the air,
That's a lot of hours at this point.
including now. Yeah. But speaking of Homer, he's one of my favorite characters on The Simpsons. Not my favorite, but one of them. Krusty and Homer, in the beginning of The Simpsons, were supposed to be the same character, and I think that's weird because well, they look exactly the same. as
I've
you can
heard
tell.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Krusty the Clown and Homer look the same?
Yes,
Yeah,
they look
no,
exactly the
They're
same.
just with accessories.
Yeah, I
added.
actually I think I read that fact the other
I'm going
day.
to the big screen for this one.
That's awesome.
well, I'll
That's
give you a
I
hint,
just
it's
had
not the
deja
twisted one.
vu.
But yeah, Krusty and Homer, they were supposed to be the same character, and which is weird because it explains a weird, not dichotomy, duality, I guess is the word I'm looking for. Maybe
I don't know.
I'm just going by a Bayside
where
song.
you're going for. I don't know why you looked at me.
Because you're supposed to know everything. You're my right hand man.
I can't read your mind though.
Fucking mind blown. Holy shit. I did not ever
He's
look at
got
that.
them right next to each other on the screen.
Serious?
For you guys that
No,
don't know.
yeah.
at home.
Never noticed that.
No.
They
It's the first time I've ever seen
they even did an episode that addressed it. What was it? Krusty was in trouble with the mob, and they got Homer because he was a Krusty impersonator.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of Sideshow Bob. That's who I'm imagining.
Sideshow Bob.
Yeah, that would
Okay.
make it.
This is not one of the facts, but there's a weird one where Krusty or Sideshow Bob dresses up like Krusty and commits a crime, but Bart's able to refute the evidence because Sideshow Bob has gigantic feet, Krusty does not, and that's how they were able to beat the case
Yeah.
and prove. And I think it's one of the many reasons why Sideshow Bob, even though he was actually able at one point to kill Bart Simpson, he never did. But I think that's one of the reasons why he wanted to. He actually had him in his grasp one time, but he had become accustomed to his face or something weird like that.
I think he sings that song. I've grown
from,
accustomed to your face.
My Fair Lady.
Yeah.
It's from My Fair Lady.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not.
Oh wow, I didn't know that, and I feel like
Andrea, sing it.
No.
You don't know it?
No, the original. Sing the original. No. She doesn't even.
Putting me on the
I've
spot.
grown accustomed.
She
to
doesn't
her
even
face.
say it on mic. She just like she shakes her head. She's like, "Fuck you."
sing something.
She shakes her head and she looks at Adam like, "Make them stop." I said no.
I think she hit the Jack Daniels too.
Oh man, I'll hit it again. I don't care. Now that I'm rolling, I'm not nervous
That's
anymore.
not nice.
Yeah, but it's a weird little duality because Bart, I don't know if he hates his father, but they don't have a great relationship. Obviously, Homer chokes him to death half the time. But he loves Krusty, but he hates clowns. He had that scary bed when he was a kid. Can't sleep. Clowns will eat me. He had that whole thing. So he doesn't like clowns. Doesn't like his dad. Loves like it's a weird thing, like a love hate. I don't know. It's just I just thought it was a weird fact.
Now, is there any episode? I know that screenshot that I pulled up might actually be it, but are there episodes where Homer and Krusty are there at the same time together?
Yeah, that one.
So they're not the same
one,
person.
Yeah.
That one right there, where they were on the beach. So that's when Krusty met his daughter, I believe. Could be talking out of my ass right now.
Yeah.
And then they did the episode where Homer was a Krusty impersonator, and the mob found both of them.
Yeah.
And made them ride through
That's one
the
I've never
tricycle
seen.
through the loop-de-loop on top of each other.
when they originally started, from what I remember, they were gonna have Homer actually end up being Krusty because they wanted to
I think
show
that was the
how they
plan.
hated it. But then when they went off the rails from that idea,
They've done a
then they
lot of
put
weird
Krusty
stuff like
and him
that.
together.
Man, the writers of The Simpsons are really good.
They've done
really, really good.
This is actually a pretty good little segue because they've actually switched up a lot of Simpsons characters. A lot of ones started as this or that, like
Yeah,
Homer and
definitely.
Krusty. I just forgot the last fact I did. But there's a lot of weird ones where they've switched characters and stuff like that, and I'll get into it. Smithers was originally a black gentleman, and Lou.
Wait, is this another number?
Yeah, this is number 6. Sorry.
Yes.
Number 6.
Six.
There we go. Yeah, Smithers was originally a black gentleman, and Lou, the black officer, was originally a white guy. And they've done this a lot with different cast members. They switched them up. They've changed names even. I believe Otto's original name was Otto Mechanic.
I remember that. Yeah, I remember that.
It's something weird like that.
It was
And
like they showed us that his driver's license and it was auto
that's
mechanic.
what they had a little standstill in the fact thing that I got this through hours of you can read and watch and listen to hours and hours and hours of Simpsons fact if you have that kind of time. I usually don't, but for this I did some research. This is the first thing I've studied for since college, for sure.
We learned that when we started doing these episodes and how much work goes into making a Twisted 10. It is ridiculous.
That's why I'm never doing it again.
That's why we're doing a bunch of guests. That's how it works.
I can't explain to you how I was actually I haven't been nervous for anything since the 5th grade when I fainted during a chorus performance. Why is that funny?
Chorus. I was in chorus too all through school as well.
You were scared of singing in front of like 20 drunk parents?
It-
And I heard a podcast.
With 40 other kids on a stage.
It was a
Poor
Christmas
boy.
performance, I believe. I don't remember much from fainting. I do remember kind of waking up and everybody being really, really nice to me. That's the only thing I
So
remember.
you stole the show. Look at you.
That was at
You
Domrick
got up there and
Elementary.
stole
I
the
was
show.
For a Christmas production, you stole the show from Jesus.
absolutely. That would not be the first time. Yeah, that was in the 2nd grade. I was already a little antichrist.
So I remember that Smithers was black, but I don't remember Lou being white. though.
Lou originally, well, it's just he's drawn that way in the first few episodes, and then I guess at some point they just made him black. But it's not the only time that they've done that with Simpsons characters. They've done this kind of a lot. I remember, I think it was some of his classmates, some of Bart and Lisa's classmates have changed, and there's actually another big important one. But I believe we go to break soon, right? Yeah, I've heard the show.
Yeah.
I've heard the show.
A couple times.
Tack,
That's good.
he listens. He really listens.
I do. This is one of the few, I'd say, probably 20 podcasts that I can actually listen to the entire thing. I really get involved with it. I really do like the show.
I want to know the
I do.
people. I would love to see somebody listening to this and just like fact checking everything at the same time.
I was explaining
That's
that
how I
to
like to
Bill.
envision that.
I was explaining that to Bill on the way over because I did add a twist, and I was like, you can't flat out lie because people will know a flat out lie. Like, I mean,
He doesn't know us too well. We wouldn't know it. We wouldn't get it.
Just don't fact check my serial killer episodes.
Oh man, really? Actually,
Most of that was off memory.
Oh,
so.
dude, that was a good episode. Also, I love the Dan Cummings one, and I really like the Crespo episode. Those were some good ones that I liked. There was another one. I forget what it was. There was another one that I liked. It was the subject matter. I can't remember what it is now. But you guys have done a lot of good shows.
So the range is good for people who like certain types of shows. Like Tach did a great one on serial killers not
Yes,
too long ago.
it was really good.
And it really hit the audience that might only like the serial killer type of shit.
That really piques my interest.
I might too. I love true crime.
I went through an
Me
episode
too.
where I just started liking the stories. And you went through Dahmer. You went through everybody. Was that the episode that I heard?
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard that. That was great. And I really liked it too. I went through a period in college where I liked serial killers for some weird reason.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess
it.
everybody hits that at some.
Yeah,
I don't think I've ever gone out of that phase. I've
really?
always been interested by
Guys,
that kind of stuff.
this is where
Fascinating.
this is where we just nod and agree with him. If he likes serial killers this much, just yep. We
Okay,
know.
I do. I do.
Yeah,
I really
killing's
like
fun.
serial killers, y'all.
Yeah,
So these aren't the
fun.
guys I was supposed to bring in.
I don't even know what's the fuss is. So thanks for having me in your house.
really,
He's got that creepy grin too. Oh my god.
really, what happened is they found the real hosts outside, beat them up, took their shirts, and came inside.
It's true. I don't know what they look like.
Yeah.
You know
Well,
what?
anyways, we're gonna go to break, guys. This is a Blink 182. Oh, this isn't. Never mind. This isn't What's the Fuss. Oh, sorry.
All right, he passed.
This would be more either J Flo or DJ Gil Lugo or one of our other musical guests we've had on.
Or us
Yeah,
screaming
J-Flo
as
on
we
it?
die in the background.
Yeah, J Flow.
Yeah, J Flo. He didn't do a Twisted
No,
10,
not
but
a
we used
Twisted
his
10.
music on that. He came in for Living Podcast. Him and the whole crew came over.
I love some
that's
Burn It
awesome.
Down. I really like those guys. I went on their show. It was a great episode.
We
Oh, there we go. There's another one. Damn it. He's gonna get me every time.
Andrea and I just went up to their event up in Tomoka, up at Port Orange, for their
The cookout thing?
the Burn It Down Burger
Travis cooked
Bonanza.
there, didn't he?
Yeah, Travis.
Oh,
yeah.
man, he's
that,
an amazing
That sounds
chef.
awesome.
Not to spoil anything there, so go listen to the Burn It Down show for
Please
the
do.
results.
Absolutely.
In the break, I'll tell you who won, though.
All right.
All right,
All right. On that note,
No, you take it. You take it, buddy.
I'll take it.
You do it. You do it.
Throw me the keys.
You do one.
he's got the keys.
Oh, I got the
Oh.
keys. Here, I'm going to fucking
Okay.
do them over the top.
Andrea's already out of the
right.
studio.
Boom.
She already
He got him.
All right. So
See, but you
Are you
caught it
guys-
like your nickname was Sport. He caught it like he wishes his nickname was Sport.
we're gonna have a catch.
Don't pick on him. I did that enough. I'm sorry. I like this guy. He's cool.
All right, so let's take a
love
break.
Jackie Poo.
Thanks, buddy.
Hey.
Let's take a break, and when we come back, do you have a teaser for something coming up?
You know what? The only thing I can say is it sort of goes with the last one, how they've been mixing up characters a little bit, and how they haven't been exactly consistent with everything, and basically they introduced a character in a very, very weird way.
Oh, I like that.
too.
All right, so we will be right back.
Hey, Tach, you ever have that conversation with your girl about where to eat dinner and it always turns into that back and forth? I don't know, you pick.
Yeah, every once in a while, yeah.
Yeah, well, I've got an answer for you next time that comes up.
Oh, yeah? We're at.
The Salty Fox in Melbourne off of Old Galley Boulevard.
Oh, nice. You know, I've actually been there, and the food was pretty awesome.
Hell yeah, it was. They offer a great selection of paninis, shareable appetizers, soups and salads, and one of the best desserts I've ever had, the Funky Monkey.
Oh, yeah. My favorite was the vintage options. They got this meal called ramen noodle on crack. You just got to try it out.
Done. That's definitely what I'm getting next time.
Put the fun between your legs at the Salty Fox every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. with the Oak Galley Arts District Bike Crawl.
It's a 4-mile bicycle ride down Pineapple Avenue with stops for food and beer all along the route. Be sure to visit the Salty Fox every Sunday for brunch from 11 to 4.
Hey, isn't that the $10 bottomless mimosas brunch?
Sure is. Enjoy your brunch while the Salty Fox's DJ spins throwbacks and top 40 hits.
Salty Fox is located in the downtown Oak Galley Art District on Oak Galley Boulevard.
Check them out on Facebook at facebook.com/saltyfoxmelbourne or online at thesaltyfox.net.
Hey listeners, be sure to mention you heard about the Salty Fox on our show and you'll get 10% off your meals.
Hey, Coco, have you ever heard of 1K Away?
Well, it sounds like one of them groups that I hang out with every Thursday.
Gosh, no. It's out of Sanford, Florida. It's a podcast by these two guys. They have no clue what they're doing, but you know what? It sounds awesome.
They let black and ease like you into it?
Oh, so many things to address there. But no, if you go to Google, just type in 1K Away. And if you go to Facebook, type in 1K Away. You'll find it.
What the fuck is a Google?
Oh, my God.
Who's a girl that sounds like a hound dog? Cher. Cher.
My My favorite song to sing in
Horrible.
karaoke is Love Potion number 9.
Nice.
The Searchers.
Oh, okay.
I
a
took
great
my
song.
trouble down to Madame Rouge.
Yeah.
You know that gypsy with the gold cap too. She's got a pad down at 34th and Vine, selling little bottles of Love Potion number 9.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's great.
Village Idiot Pub. You locals know about it. You guys from out of town have to check them out.
Village Idiot Pub is now a proud sponsor with Living Podcariously and the Twisted 10 podcasts.
It's more than just about commercials, though. The cast here will be taking our show on the road to Village Idiot to record some episodes as well as hold events. They have over 30 beers on tap, including ciders and Hefeweizen, my favorite, as well as hundreds of bottle choices.
Adam, you forgot my favorite, all the delicious wine. So get your friends together and enjoy the board games, puzzles, and the giant Jenga.
Let the owner, Jason, as well as the rest of the staff there, take excellent care of your beer drinking needs.
Mention either one of our shows to the staff and get 10% off your tab.
Tuesday is open mic, Wednesday is trivia, Thursday is karaoke, Friday and Saturday night are live music.
Visit them at 4 Harrison Street, Suite 103, Cocoa, Florida, or Village Idiot Pub on Facebook. And don't forget, they are a dog-friendly location, so bring your friends, family, and fur babies.
Hey, it's Adam. If you enjoy the hosts or the content of the Twisted 10, be sure to check out our other show. It's called Living Podcariously. While the Twisted 10 may get crass and explicit occasionally, it holds no water to Living Podcariously. We do get a little bit more rough and raw on that show. We have a lot of fun producing it and have had some awesome guests. And as always, thanks for listening. All right, welcome back to the Twisted 10. Boy, I am loving this theme this week. I'm a huge Simpsons fan. Hey, that was a Chris Crespo. Hell yes. We've done that a few times since we've been on.
Promotion.
We just had him on.
Yes. Nah, dude, I'm loving this episode. So, Rocky Socha, and it's not Socha.
So,
correct?
yeah, you did better than every substitute teacher I've ever had.
Well,
So.
it's spelled with an H.
It's
Like
Socha, yeah. It's
I get it, man. I get it. I get it.
Tach.
Socha would actually
Okay.
be something in Spanish too. Like that's a
Really?
name. Yeah.
My favorite thing of all time is when Dan Cummins referred to Tach as Tach. That's my funnest.
And then he did a public apology. So
At least he
I gave him
referred
shit
to you.
online. I was talking to him online.
He referred
Hey,
to you, though.
that
That's
guy
awesome.
whose name he
Yeah.
got wrong. That's me.
But he'll remember you the most because of it.
true.
Because he felt so bad.
He's probably still talking about it right
He'll
now.
always remember Todd.
Yeah, he sat right here where I was and signed that. He signed the shirt over there, but he was right here for Living Podcariously. Came down. He did a fucking marathon down here, which was awesome.
Dude, he has been hilarious. I remember
I've never
before
met
he had
him,
his
though.
beard, he was hilarious.
He
Yeah.
seems like such an awesome guy. I'd
Yeah, he
love to
does.
meet him one day.
He's humble. So he's one of those celebrities that are like us. They're normal people. They're not like fucking highfalutin or anything like that.
Yeah,
He's not pretentious at all. Not a single
No.
ounce of pretentious in him.
Who's the most famous person that you've met?
Robin Williams.
Robin. Oh wow,
Wow.
that is a true honor.
He sat right there too. And no, I wish. I
You
wish.
totally had me fooled. You had me
You did a
100%
10.
eyeball to eyeball. I was
sorry,
like, "Whoa,
dude.
Robin Williams is
But
here."
he really did
He was in
see him.
Jack.
Yeah, no, I was in Iraq, and he came out with a comedy touring group with a bunch of big star celebrities. He was the only person I cared about. My boss cared about who was the rider with one nut, the bicycle rider.
Lance
Lance Armstrong.
Yeah, Lance Armstrong. He came for whatever reason. Lance Armstrong
The
came on
dope
this tour
man.
with all these comedians.
And they
Whatever, go
did your
figure.
show. That's insane. Bro.
Yeah. They were all in the DFAC in the dining area taking pictures with
And you got to hang
anyone
out
who
with
was out there. Sort of. So basically, how they ran this shit is all 7 of the celebrities were sitting down at a table,
Like
and
Comic-Con.
It kind of. You went in
Yeah.
a batch and stood behind them, and they're like, "Rrr." I was over here. Robin Williams was like 6 people down. I'm like, fuck, I'm not anywhere close to him. Well, on the way out of the DFAC, I'm not military. I was contractor, so
Yeah.
I'm like the military shit on me. You know, they're like they treat contractors a little different out there.
Yeah.
However, I saw my opportunity. I'm like, Jay, to my boss, I'm like, hey, take my phone and I'm gonna go snipe a picture with Robin Williams. He's like, don't use the word snipe. I'm like, okay. So sure enough, I walk right up to Robin and I say, hey, thank you, Mr. Williams. We appreciate you coming out here. Can I take a quick photo with you? Is that all right? And his manager puts his hand on my chest, literally like pounds the chest. He's like, we have to make a flight. I'm sorry, no more pictures. And Robin, this is the coolest thing that's ever happened to me from a celebrity. Robin comes up and he puts his arm, nestles it into
Calls
me.
him Robin.
Yeah. You know, me and Rob.
Yeah.
He puts
Bobby
his-
and I.
You guys are cool like that.
he puts his arm around me and like holds on to me pretty tight, gets all up in there. He goes,
Whoa.
No, this guy was super polite and thanked me for coming out here. He's getting a picture. I'm like, oh, fuck yeah.
That's so cool.
I think
That's awesome.
my boss took the picture high enough you couldn't see my erection. So it was,
That's cool. I would love to run my fingers through his arm hair.
So the only reason
gonna
I
say
date
something
Adam
like
is
that.
because I know Robin Williams had his arm around him. So it's almost the same.
all right, so let's get back to this list. So you
Yeah.
brought us the top 10 Simpsons facts that are
It's not
unusual
the top 10.
or
It's just 10 of them, really. You know,
10 unusual
Maybe your
Simpsons
top
facts.
10.
there. That's
Well,
way
it's-
better.
It's Rocky Socha. not
Rocky
Socha.
Socha. Yeah, from
Rocky
What's the Fuss podcast.
Socha's top 10.
Yeah. Let's go with
Simpsons
that. I like
facts.
that.
Yes, that's who I am, and that's what we're doing. Yeah,
Can you do me a favor?
yeah. Rocky Socha. If you're going on social media and that's what you're looking for, that's where you'll find it.
recap 10, just the titles of 10 through 6.
Yeah. Well, the Simpsons have done a lot of predicting the future. Obviously, they've done some presidents. They've done some Super Bowls. They've also done a lot of weird news scandal stuff that they
Somehow
they
got right.
predicted. Yeah, however they would get Jim Matz in the food. I don't know how they did that, but they did it. They've done everything. Obviously, Simpsons did it. The donut-shaped universe, which Homer came up with, that was just a very coincidental thing that happened. I mean, I don't know how that ended up a real thing, but 4 years after The Simpsons did, they found out that the universe may, in fact, be donut-shaped or the
Crazy.
shape of a torus. Also, we had the fact that the Krusty and Homer were originally supposed to be the same person, which was weird because it's Bart's idol and also Bart's father and
Nemesis, kind of.
yeah, it's a weird little thing they have going on there. And then of course we had number 6. The Simpsons have done a lot of changing around of characters, a lot of renaming, rebranding, recoloring, redoing all kinds of weird stuff to weird characters because they have such an eclectic group.
Nice.
I like how you emphasize that.
Yes. I mean, it's eclectic, is it not? I
No,
mean,
I liked it. It was-
yeah.
Yeah.
They're Celtics?
It made me chuckle. I liked it.
Go
Celtics.
Boston. Go Boston. Hold on 1 second. I'm going to take a sip of beer.
Oh, get it.
This is to get them ready for that final push.
I gotta get our boys from the Burn It Down to bring us some more of that Tomoka Brewery stuff.
Oh, man.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
good.
Yeah, absolutely. Those guys are.
That's definitely a plug bell for
There was a,
Oh,
that was
sorry.
a plug. Hi, Peter from Scotch and Good Conversation. All right.
and of course, yeah.
All right.
Chris.
Oh, it's good times.
Tack doesn't talk tonight. He just hits the bell.
No.
That's
Tax is my new favorite person on the show. Sorry.
Oh, stop. Stop.
All right, so we ended off with the Simpsons. They do change a lot of characters around. They do a lot of weird stuff because they can. They can get away with anything. But one thing, and this is, I really like this fact. All right, America's favorite best friend, America's greatest sidekick, Fallout Boy, Milhouse. He was actually he originally was just a guy for Bart to talk to in a Butterfinger cartoon or in a Butterfinger commercial. I'm sorry.
Hey, is this what number is this?
This is number 5. Sorry.
Number 5.
I'm sorry, man.
we don't get to
I
participate
just
much. That's all.
screwed it up, though. I know how this show is. I know my favorite part is when you guys announce it, and I'm running right over. Damn it! I'll just leave now.
Start
we'll finish this
over.
later.
Pick a new list. Let's go. No,
Well, I brought a new list. Family Guy.
Number
I'm joking.
10.
All right, no, but Milhouse was actually just someone for Bart to talk to in a. Sorry, burping off mic. A Butterfinger commercial.
Oh
He-
shit!
Yeah, his first appearance, I guess, was in a commercial a long time ago. I have to guess because he's been a part of the show for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
A
I'm not
major,
even remember.
part.
If I had my research department here, I would ask how long he has been a part of it. But I guess researching is not cool during the show, right? You can't.
That's what editing is for.
It's your
okay.
show. You guys are guests.
I mean, I just thought it was a really weird thing that I don't know. I guess they just a lot of people think that Milhouse was based off of the guy from the Wonder Years, Paul something.
Paul, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Something
Oh,
from
that
the
makes
Wonder
sense.
Years. They thought he
Paul
was,
Schaefer.
but
No.
Yeah, no, that's never mind.
Paul,
That's the Tonight Show.
No, it was at the Tonight Show.
Damn
It
it.
was David Letterman.
David Letterman.
I thought you were a research department. Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
No, Paul Schaefer was the band for the Tonight Show.
No, not the Tonight Show. David Letterman.
The
David Letterman.
show.
David
That's
Letterman.
Late
yeah,
night.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Well, anyways, that rumor was put to rest when one of the writers actually said something on Twitter to the equivalent of Wonder Years, Schmunder Years, nerd with glasses and severe hair. I don't know what's
Paul Pfeiffer.
I don't know.
Pfeiffer.
Yeah,
there we go.
there it is.
I don't know
Something like
what severe hair means. But one of the writers said on Twitter, Wonder Years, Schmunder Years, any nerd with glasses and severe hair, it's just a popular stereotype. So it wasn't supposed to be based after that character, but he looks exactly like it. I can see where you could make the
It's a pretty close.
where you can screw it up.
Yeah.
Similar? No, what's the word I'm looking for?
Similarity.
Simile?
The simile? A simile.
A simile.
Is it a
Assimilate?
simile? Am I adding A's to things?
I think you're right. It's like opossum.
I am drinking. I am drinking a beer, a delicious Tomoka Brewery.
By the way, Wonder Years. I
Yes.
think all of us should have had a crush on
Winnie
We
Cooper,
had.
right?
Winnie
Had?
Winnie
Yeah.
We
Cooper.
still fucking do.
Hello, Kevin Arnold.
I almost said Wendy Peppercorn, and that was from Sandlot. Yeah.
Yeah.
We were just still getting
Good
Fred
job. So
Savage.
there you
Remember
go.
that movie?
You redeemed yourself.
Remember that movie Fred Savage did with oh God, Howie Mandel, Little Monsters.
Little Monsters
Yeah,
was
Little
awesome. We
Monsters.
talked
Yeah.
about that on the show.
Have you seen
Totally
have you
hot
seen the
in
movie
that.
poster though?
Yeah,
He
yeah.
looks so weird. He looks like a 70s like disco dancer. And he looks like a kid trying to dress like John Travolta.
He
on
was
the movie
so
poster.
cute. I know he was
he had
because
on a
I
little,
was
like-
a little girl.
I thought he had a little like a what's it called, a football jacket.
No, he has like
No,
a-
that was on the. That was
Oh,
on the
that was on the
show.
That was a Wonder Years. Yeah.
Letterman jacket.
Kevin
Yeah.
Amold was his name. I love that. Did you guys see that episode? Kevin Amold.
Oh yeah.
His girl got him a bracelet. What's her name? Winnie got him a
Winnie
bracelet.
Cooper.
Yeah.
And then he lost it, and he went to go get a new one, and he wrote Kevin Amold instead of Kevin Arnold on it. Which was really funny.
I fucking love that show. You know why I love the show? Because I'm old, and me and Kevin were the same age, so we grew up together. So,
I liked it because it would come on, I guess, before Snick, before
Yeah.
the Rugrats, before all that and Kanan and Kel and stuff like that. It would come, or maybe after. Was it Nick at Night
No, it
or
was
something?
before.
I watched it on primetime. So
Exactly.
I watched it on
It was on
Nickelodeon as a
it was
child.
on like Wednesday nights.
I think you're right.
Yeah, this is my Wednesday night on ABC. What are you talking about?
Me too, Tach. Me too.
right.
I'm almost as old as you.
All right, we're going on to number 4.
Fool.
Number 4.
Cuatro.
The University of Berkeley, California, actually famous for burning itself down, offers a full 4-course class on The Simpsons. It has a full 4-course.
shit.
Yes,
I've heard about that.
You can minor in The Simpsons. I'm in no way joking. It
At
is-
Berkeley?
Yeah, at Berkeley, California, which is obviously the
Pound
perfect place for it.
goals.
Yeah.
I want to know if that's where James Franco doctorate comes from.
Somebody ring the bell for that one. That was a good joke. That was
Astute observation.
I cannot. I would 100% take that. Obviously, I don't know what kind of credit this goes for. I don't know if you're going to get your doctorate in it per se, but I would like to take the course. I mean,
Hell yeah.
I feel like in
should see
preparation for this course or for this podcast, I could teach a fucking course. it really has been.
See if you could set something up with Valencia or something.
I think I'd do SSC.
At the very least, a
that'll work
Vader.
Possibly Phoenix. University of Phoenix, maybe.
There you
Maybe.
go.
I'm about 22 credits shy of a degree through University of Phoenix.
Really?
Then
The
I realized
Simpsons?
it's no.
Would you take one class?
No, I took
It
a
seems
bunch.
like a lot.
21 credits.
Yeah,
Each
it
class
seems
is
like-
worth between like 3 and 4 credits.
I don't know.
So no, it's only about a semester and a half worth of classes that I have to go.
Gotcha.
And I have a degree.
I
Then
think
I realized shortly though that the weight of a University of Phoenix degree is just the same as not having one.
I feel like you might as well now just finish it off. Just,
Yeah.
how expensive could it be?
Do you know my mother? That's what she
I
keeps
do.
telling me.
I
This is
do.
coming from a guy that did not finish college.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually I started oh my god, I started actually majoring in physics and ended up
Really?
with a bachelor's in business.
Oh,
That's awesome, though. That's great.
at least you have a bachelor's. Though.
Yeah, that's an
So I
accomplishment.
really, really, really knocked the bar down. I thought I wanted to be a physics professor, and then I realized that I didn't want to be a physics professor. I just wanted to talk about quantum theory with other fucking weirdos and
Motherfucker,
stoners.
what? You
Yeah.
you're a quantum entanglement guy?
I will
So you're-
absolutely.
He was the one
yes.
that called out the shape of a donut.
Yeah, well, I guess that's a good point.
I could go on for hours. I could. I really could. I'm not
You're
going
gonna
to.
theory
I'm going to give us a quick plug for ourselves, Dak. So have that ready.
Sorry.
You
Sorry, go ahead.
prematurely
Sorry,
dinged.
I always do that.
Man.
That wasn't the bell.
hate
That
when
was
that
his
happens.
penis.
No.
Yeah.
You should just put it in.
Excited.
He's wearing a steel cup.
Next week. So next week, I'm plugging in a week early for our next guesting.
Yeah.
We have confirmed.
Yes.
If you're a physics, especially astrophysics kind of guy, we have confirmed our next show is going to be hosted, and Jay is about to fall out of his fucking seat because he knows what's coming. We have two guys that are going to remote in Skype and host the top 10 reasons that they can prove the Earth is flat.
Where are they Skyping in from? I want a plane ticket now.
I'm not. It's not going to be a
That would
debate.
be hilarious
However,
if you show up inside their house.
It's gonna be real funny if I show
I
up.
believe the listeners could just hear my eyes
I'll
roll.
go with
yeah,
you
it's
and
bad.
tape it from the inside.
we're going to have to endorse it. Now, I was mentioning something to you earlier, and we're going to talk a little bit more on Living Podcariously, our other podcast, if you guys are staying around for that one.
Absolutely. Wouldn't
On,
miss it for the world.
On the hate mail. I don't
Oh,
ever
yeah.
get hate mail. I'm getting hate
I've only
mail.
got I've gotten a little bit of
yeah.
it. I've gotten a lot of. I'm probably the head receiver. Giggity. Over at what's the fuss podcast at gmail.com. Ding ding. But you can send me all the hate mail that you want. I don't care. I will read it. I will possibly respond if it's not something that's totally outlandish and not fact driven.
Their list, their top 10 list, is the only list, because I've teased it online a little bit. Theirs is the only list that I've ever had hate mail come in for, and I have certainly received quite a bit of it for this one.
Ours usually revolve around either someone that we're going to have in or a nasty joke I've told.
All right, I digress. I stole your number 4 away from you.
No, it's fine. No, it's fine. Actually, that's the least important one. But we did talk about countries earlier. I believe, Tach, did you were saying something about are they not allowed in some country or something like that? Anyways, The Simpsons are banned in some countries. But
So this is number 3?
Well, this is number 3.
Number
It's my favorite part of this show.
That was beautiful. Japan did not like The Simpsons at all. At first, when they first started coming over and they were huge, obviously in the early '90s. When they really blew up, every country basically had heard of them at some point. But Japan didn't really like them at all until they focused their attention on Lisa, who is much more philanthropic.
Philanthropic, yeah.
I almost got that
Adam,
word
that's a
right.
word you know.
Philanthropic?
No, you worked it out.
Yeah. Well, I'm a NoFX fan, and they have a song called "Filthy Phil Philanthropist," and I can belt that
Hey,
out. but I
no
can't-
effects.
Full
I
on.
heard they suck live.
They do suck life, man. They're fucking horrible. But
In the best way.
Is that Punkin Drublick?
Uh-oh. He's taking his pants off.
one
Tach.
of
What are
my
you doing?
favorite bands ever. I really, really, really like
Nice.
NoFX. I actually, we talked about meeting famous people. Fat Mike, I met last 420, and he was the coolest guy to me. When he got to hang out with the band all night. We even gave him some Tom and Dan stickers to put on their stuff.
Sweet.
Ding, ding, ding. And but yeah, they were really cool to me, especially when they did not imbibe in certain things that I imbibed in, and they were still really cool. Fat
That's
Mike was
awesome.
drinking pee that night from his wife. I am not joking. He drinks everything. That is a weird no effects fact right there.
You should have done
Everything that he
You should have
drinks
done Fat Mike
has a little bit of his wife's pee. His wife and him are S&M.
Yeah,
people,
they are
and,
sexual deviants.
That is
Yes.
really weird. Look above your head, by the way.
What is it? Pee?
Tom
Tom and Dan. Okay,
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be someone taking a piss on me.
We got some.
Yeah, we got little Calvin up there.
Tact is a
we've been
very
lured-
he's very sneaky.
We were lured into an R. Kelly cult.
Yeah, Tom and Dan is my favorite thing on this planet. I
Yeah.
really, really, really love them.
All of us Central Florida podcasters know them and love them, and we owe a lot to them because they grew this community bigger. than
man,
yeah.
Adam,
there's
put your goddamn erection away.
they're not. Tom and Dan's not
crawling
here.
down his leg. I can see it. It's got
If
a
only
light
I
on the
could
end of
get
it,
him
like
that
ET's
excited.
No, it's not crawling down his leg. He's straightening his leg.
Yes.
Well, anyways, let's get to number 2.
Number
Those.
2.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of basically countries that do not like The Simpsons, The Simpsons were banned in Burma completely. And the reason is because in film, yellow and red cannot be seen together. The colors yellow and red cannot be seen
So
together.
blondes and redheads can't play a part together?
Oh, that's a world I don't want to live in.
That's a good point.
So they didn't get to see Rocky 3?
So long, Playboy
Am I
Network.
Aww.
All right, so I'm gonna play the ignorant fool here. Where the fuck is Burma again?
Burma is in
Rocky
Southeast
Four.
Asia by Myanmar.
Okay.
I don't know why I know that.
Where's
I don't know why you know
Myanmar?
that either.
Whoa.
Yeah, that,
That's really,
I thought-
that
wait, I
did
thought-
nothing to help anybody.
that really came out fast.
So, like, okay, what country's that?
I thought Burma was Myanmar. Hold on.
I know exactly.
Oh
what
right,
you're
me
talking
too.
about.
Like I thought that too.
Yeah,
Is it? Is that kind of like
I know exactly.
It's Myanmar now. It was Burma.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
All right. Well,
That's it.
all right. It was not.
That's awesome.
I
though.
wasn't confused at all.
Way to screw my twisted tin. No, I'm joking. That wasn't my twisted thing. But yeah, it basically they're political rivalries who I'm not absolutely sure who are. At the time, must have been somebody
Sounds like Ivan Drago.
horrible. I think it was I think it was Korea. I'm not exactly sure. But red and yellow cannot be seen in film together in that country. Now, maybe in Myanmar, maybe it's a new freer place and they have it. I'm not 100% sure.
Is this like a Crips Bloods thing? or-
I mean, I don't know. I think. Well, Jesus. I mean, it seems like two colors that would interact. Aren't they both
Quite a bit,
considered the
yeah.
warm
Yeah.
side of the schedule,
Yeah,
not so
for
much
sure.
the cold
Yeah,
colors?
easily.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It seems like if you were going to do a film and you're like, all right, well, here's the only two objections. There can be no yellow and red. Like, what the fuck? What?
At the same time.
Who's
So-
going to bleed? And what is our beer going to look? Who's going to pee?
You know they can't show piss and blood at the same time.
I'm not watching the
That's
movie.
fucking horseshit.
Yeah. What kind of movies are they watching?
I only watch Glorious Bastards, by the way.
Jay, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. You know what colors they do allow?
What?
Black and yellow.
Oh, get it.
Yeah,
Every
why
time
not?
I make a joke, so Jay's a stand-up comedian, so every time I make a joke, I litmus test it off of Jay to see how it goes, and that's always the reaction. I've made him laugh once in a while.
Really? Once in a while?
So Jay and I sound similar on mic, at least on our
Sometimes.
podcast. And the going joke is the one that's funny is Jay, the one that's not is Adam. Yeah.
Oh,
I
that's,
always
how,
think
that's
you're
kind of how
Aw,
Bill
thank
and
you,
I
baby.
show go. He's the funny one, and I'm the angry one, and it sort of works. you know?
Yes. Are we going to get a return, a Bill top 10?
I think we could do that. We could probably set something up.
All right, what, like half an hour? What do you? How much time? You need? No.
Oh, Jesus. So much prep went into this. I'm not even joking. I really did. I mean, I studied for this. I went for this. I wanted to get, specifically, I wanted to get facts that would create kind of a little conversation.
Well,
at least.
what you found are not just facts that are unusual, because yes, you found those, but what you found is facts that are unusual that we haven't already heard about The Simpsons.
Yeah.
That was the harder part.
Yeah, there's only like one of them that I had ever heard of that you said. So
Again,
far.
Yeah.
I went through a lot. I mean, and when I say a lot, I mean hundreds and hundreds. There's if you go on YouTube, if you go on certain blog sites, if you go on certain like not Reddit thing, but like similar things of The Simpsons, this goes on forever. Earlier you were talking about how who's the nerd that finds out all this stuff that goes, oh, that The Simpsons did that.
There's millions
It
of
is a
them.
collection of people all over the world, and it runs from skateboarders. It goes to every continent on the planet, and these guys have, I mean, just like me, they've seen these episodes a lot. This is what they looked forward to when they came home. They were really paying attention as children. They were really paying attention. So basically, the only thing that I really got in my head is like Simpsons and Beavis and Butthead shit. Nothing really important.
Yes.
All right, Tach, I'm going to put you to a
Yeah.
test at the end of this episode.
Okay.
Before it publishes on Thursday.
Okay.
We're going to take a group photo with the guys from What's the Fuss and
Yeah.
us.
I didn't know I was
Can-
taking a picture.
Can you
You
take
look-
that
you
photo
look great.
and turn it into The Simpsons, but would make us characters?
Yes.
Oh shit.
It's going to be difficult, and it probably steps on copyright. But can
No, just change the
Mess it up
colors,
enough.
like an ice cream truck in Miami. Just change the colors
Just-
around, real shoddy drawing.
just no red and yellow in it. All right.
Which is impossible to do with The Simpsons because
right?
here's another weird one that does not go on my list. But
Bonus.
it's something that I
Ooh,
just
bonus,
do.
number 2.
I do not believe. I mean, I know way too much about The Simpsons now, and actually, I want to go back to season 1 and relive the entire thing. Lisa is the only character in The Simpsons, of the Simpsons family that does not have blue and red in her apparel. She only wears red and the pearl necklace, where everybody else in the show has blue and red, except for Homer. Does
Yeah, I
Homer
was
have
going to
anything
say
red?
Homer. Homer has just
Well, it was
white,
meant-
blue, and black.
Yeah, it was meant to distinguish Lisa further from the family because obviously she's
Yeah,
very
she's
yeah.
Yeah,
different
she's
from the
different,
family,
yeah.
which is the only reason why Japan loved her in the first place. Which now they're a huge like distributor of the merchandise and stuff like that. Japan's big into stuff like that.
when Japan embraces something, they embrace it.
I
hard.
love Japanese culture too.
Yeah,
Tattoos are amazing.
Yeah.
I'm looking at your tattoos.
That's
there,
definitely-
and
that's
you've
a
got
place
some really cool stuff there. But
That's definitely a place on my bucket list I want to visit.
Yeah,
Could
me
you-
too, definitely.
could you go there and live?
I don't know if I could live there. I would definitely visit for like.
I have a
week or
buddy
two.
that went there and lived for a year, and he brought back a wife.
Yeah, that's true. I know that guy.
That place.
They have
kicks
great
ass.
souvenirs, I guess, huh?
So, dude, I'm just now putting together that everybody in The Simpsons wears blue.
Yeah. Yeah, they all wear blue except for Lisa, who
Except
wears
Lisa, yeah.
which is weird because she hangs way left on the political spectrum. So but that's I guess the way they.
Yeah, that probably isn't something they even planned for when they first started. Like, we're not going to get political. We're on the Trustee Ullman show.
Man.
That's true.
You know what? We'll get to it, but there so many unplanned things have happened on The Simpsons. It is really, really crazy. When you go into the wormhole that I went into with The Simpsons, you learn stuff that you wish you didn't know. But basically now, like I feel like I know more about them than. More of my friends, I've spent more time with Simpsons facts than I have, with certain relatives.
Rocky's gonna snap, and we're gonna find him living at Universal inside the Simpsons area.
There's a new episode. Bart's really sick, and you take it to heart. Like, oh man,
I start feeling the symptoms.
Dude,
the
what's gonna
Simpsons.
happen?
I start replacing words with Simpsons.
Are you having sympathy pains for Bart?
I'm having the Simpsons. Oh no!
What's gonna happen when that day comes and that final episode hits, Rock? How are you gonna take
He's
it?
exactly like that.
I'm gonna crack a beer and I'm gonna do what everybody should do when they're gonna die. I'm gonna walk into the woods and die like a professional and not have everybody pay for it. I'm just gonna walk into the woods and die.
That's very conscientious.
That's what you
of
should do. And then a tree will grow. And I'm sure somebody will like
That's
eat
the
from it or
circle of
something,
life, baby.
I don't want to
Circle
become
of
a
life.
body. I want to
That's
become
the
remains.
donut of life.
Yeah, there you go.
That's the donut-shaped circle of life.
The donut theory.
Yeah, I just hope there's some sprinkles, and I hope it's not deer turds.
Jay, what I want to go out like a Viking where you send me out in a boat and somebody has to shoot an arrow to light me on fire, but I want to give arrows to all of my friends, flaming arrows, and let you guys try for like a good hour, and I know every one of you fuckers will
The
miss.
Flaming Arrows is my new band. You can see us in Orlando.
Yeah, that would be a kick-ass name.
I want
You just named my 90s band.
I want to die like leaning on a table in mid conversation with my eyes open and my mouth just kind of slightly open.
Did you see?
Just so even in my death, I could troll the guy in front of me for like 4 minutes. Like, dude, are you gonna fucking say anything?
I'm not trying to laugh, but did you see the picture of the old sea captain who died sitting there like at the table, and he's got the like radio in his hand, and he's literally sitting at the table. He's not slumped over or anything. He's just sitting there like he was like, yeah, Mayday, and then he just died, and ash froze him like a fucking like a fossil or something. Have you seen what I'm talking about?
Yeah, and then he
Some
had
of your
guys
listeners
come out.
know what I'm.
Yeah.
They go into a boat, and the whole boat is still like regular like wood and stuff, but he's just this gray piece of rock.
What is it,
that's
like Pompeii or something?
I swear to God, look up the Dead Sea Captain or something.
Didn't he also have two guys come out for a weekend and spend some time there?
Yeah. I loved Weekend at
they had
Bernie's.
parties. They had parties. It was.
Didn't they go to Jamaica at one point?
Who was the?
That was part two.
Yeah, they're like playing the music. He's walking underwater and stuff. I love that.
This podcast
Man,
is
Weekend
way
at
too
Bernie's
fun.
was so good.
Was that the whole list?
Dead
I think
Sea
he still got
Captain.
number
Right
one.
there in the middle where your mouse is on. Go to the next left. Right there. That's the Dead Sea Captain.
Was that Dan Cummins? Did you
got
see that
number
one
one
picture?
coming.
Dan Cummings is all over your computer.
Look at that far left.
Dan Cummings' episode was amazing, by the way, guys.
No, I don't know who that is.
That's
but it kind of looks like him.
Adam.
No, but that is the captain. Click on the picture though.
Yeah, it's really weird.
That's the dude. That's
Dan Cummins.
Dan Cummins died in a boat. What?
That looks like Louis C.K. if I've ever seen anybody that looks like.
That looks like Dan
brown-haired
Cummins like in 15 years.
No,
From
that's
my
not-
perspective, it looks almost like Billy Joel.
Looks like a man
Oh, it
baby.
does a
It
little
looks
bit. Yeah.
a little like Adam.
Oh my God.
Shit, Adam, it's your. Oh shit,
Is that my doppelganger?
it's his Earth 2 doppelganger.
So what happened with this guy?
He
covered in ash?
was
Froze
he
to
was
death.
maydated at sea.
Simpsons.
He was out in the middle of the sea, and he maydated. His ship wasn't working or something like that. And as he was calling for help, he actually fell. I don't know if he fell asleep or just fell dead right there at the thing. And he just looks like he was at the bar hanging out and was ordering another round and died and fossilized on the spot.
So you're telling me my dream of dying in mid-conversation, Simpsons already fucking
The
did it.
Simpsons did it, man.
Way to get back on
So
track.
it says
That was
it
nice.
says it says here while while they have identification on boat that identifies who he was, the cause of death is unknown. I'm saying controversy, spontaneous combustion.
That's what it looks like.
Oh.
He's not ash. He's frozen.
But it's like that monk that died when he was while he was meditating. But then the people believe like he's not actually
he's
dead.
still alive.
Still alive, yeah.
Even even though it's been like 300 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be. Stranger things have happened.
Is that ash or is that
Is
frozen?
that ash or is he frozen?
I don't know. It looks like he's doing a line of himself.
That's how he died. No, that's how he died. It was an OD.
That's the joke of the night. That deserves the plug, though.
He had a line on him. He was like, all right, fuck it. I'm going out. I'm going out.
I'm going out like a player. Yeah, boom.
That's
I'm
amazing.
I'm just going to rip down this hooter and die like a man. That's how I want to go.
Was that the whole list, or did he still have
No, we
No.
still have number one.
How dare you step on
Number
this?
one.
Number one.
Numero uno primera. All right, this is a
Motherfucker rolls his R's. You hear that?
yeah, I'm from Texas and Mexico. Yeah, you have to, or you can't.
Texaco.
Yeah, yes, they will kill you
true
if you don't. Know, if
Tex-Mex.
you don't roll your R's, you can die where I'm from. Here's a weird one. Matt Groening, the creator of The Simpsons, he actually, and I don't even need my notes for this one because it's such a weird one.
Ladies and gentlemen, he threw it on the ground.
I threw it on the ground. I let the dog tear it up and eat my homework.
that's so hard.
Matt Groening,
Oh, I thought you were talking about his penis. Holy shit, man. That's a good turn.
drop it on the ground. That's
The
what
dog
you get.
tore it up like, God damn.
Like it or not.
What a rough night.
I'd imagine
okay.
more screaming.
Well, it squeaks.
Let's get on track.
Matt Groening, the creator of The Simpsons, he actually didn't. The Simpsons was never supposed to happen at all. He was going into a meeting for another thing. It was like this bunny cartoon, from what I know.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, and it was supposed to be this whole other thing, but he realized as soon as he went in there and pitched that, he loses the rights to his actual cartoon that he wanted to, because once you sell it or whatever, you
lose creative rights.
well, yeah, some people are going to have their say in it, whatever. So he didn't want to use up his good, basically, idea.
Right.
So right on the spot, he made up a family loosely based on his family called The Simpsons, and it basically took the fucking planet over. It was he could never have imagined what was going to happen to him. They bought it on the spot. They love the idea of this rebellious. I turned my mic off. This rebellious. It's fine. This rebellious kid and this wholesome family meets. I don't know what it was. Maybe about the child abuse. I'm not really sure what it was that turned him onto it. But The Simpsons was never really supposed to happen. We would have been watching some fucking bunny thing if he hadn't have just last minute gotten so paranoid that he drew something on paper. Also, the whole reason that they are yellow is because he wanted to attract just channel flippers, people that were going by, and the reason that their hair is the same color as their body is because he originally drew it in black and white. He later figured out that they could do it for the same price as for to color the full thing or do it black and white. And of course he chose to, I don't know, just he
Yellow.
obviously just yellow to get it, attention, grabbing the attention of people that would be flipping the channels. But it almost never happened, and we never got this awesome show that now we have and we all get to live with and experience and laugh with, and it was almost nothing.
I just want somebody to love me like you love The Simpsons.
I do. You're my muse, my flame. Employee of the month.
Yeah.
How many
I've heard
months
that.
now has it been? Over 2 years or over a year?
Every episode I've heard of your guys' that's how you started. That's what I was hoping you were going to do when you came out.
Absolutely, I am a continent professional, even when I'm drunk.
That's an awesome fucking list, though, dude.
Thank you
Jesus.
so much,
man.
man.
This is a lot
I
of
was
fun.
really, really nervous to do that. I didn't know because you did such a great list on serial killers, and I loved that
stop.
episode. I really did like that
Thank you,
episode.
thank you.
I loved Dan Cummings' episode on the Wild West thing.
Outlaws.
I even picked his
Outlaws, that's
twisted.
neat.
I even picked his twisted thing. He had one that was bullshit, and
You got it?
One of the guys never existed. Well, I knew a little bit about it, and I was like, that was horse crap. I did get yours though. I did not get yours at attack, but I did get Dan Cummings, and also Crespo's. I didn't get his either. But
We should have got his, because his was a
What
relatively
was
easy
it?
one to guess.
His was about the moon landing or something.
Oh yeah, the film.
Oh God!
Yeah,
Come
with
on,
the-
Crespo. He loves his conspiracy theories, and I
Oh, yeah.
love him for loving them. But yeah, that's my list, man. I really enjoyed making it, and I really enjoyed coming on this show. I really like you guys a lot. It's again, it's one of the few shows that I can listen to the entire way through without having to come back like later that day or like the next day. I'm emotionally invested in this show. I really like it.
Thank you, Rocky.
Thank you.
So in this situation, Tach, Rocky
Yeah.
must already know that whenever somebody gives us a compliment, Andrea gives him a mouth hug. I think
That's true.
Rocky must understand that that's just what happens.
I may have
think
told
the
him that
singing-
already.
I think the
Tach
singing
does
was
that.
enough. I thought this.
Oh, is it Tax Week? All right, Tach, go ahead,
that's
bud.
right.
I thought the singing was
Yeah.
beautiful. The singing was present enough. That was great.
It's staying in the show.
Now, do you guys know which one of my little facts was horse crap?
So this is the twist.
Oh.
Your twist this week is one of the whole
No,
pieces,
not
or
one of the whole
individuals?
facts. It was a tiny little morsel of the facts.
Oh shit! I see. I didn't know that starting off. Shit.
I have no
Is
idea.
this a little bitty piece? Just a little tiny thing that I tucked
You
in there.
alluded at one point in episode or in list number 2 that the colors wasn't part of it. That wasn't part of your joke or your hoax or whatever or your twist.
The yellow. And
You mean
okay.
what? They were yellow because it was the same to do it black and white as it was in
No,
color?
no.
No?
You're talking about how some
It
characters
was
change colors?
no, how
No.
they were
The
banned
colors-
because
banned
of the
colors.
yellow and the red.
Oh, the yellow and the red.
No, that was absolutely true.
That was true.
Yeah,
Okay.
you can't.
I wanna
for
say-
some reason in Burma, you cannot have red and yellow on screen together.
wanna say
Or in
Japan.
film. I believe it's just on film.
I mean, well, you can't show Asian people as yellow skin. They just take it racist.
Oh, geez.
No, I want to say
Oh,
it
that was the funny one. I can tell now. Now I can see what you're saying.
No, I want to say it was the fact that he used yellow to stop people from changing channels.
No. It was to get people to change.
Or to get... To, yeah,
Well, yeah.
to get people to
no,
stop
you are
flipping.
you are
Yeah.
correct. Yeah,
to call their attention and get them to stop. I
that
think
was
that's all.
100% true. That's the only reason you picked that. Yeah. What do you think?
I don't know. Shit. Is there anybody can name? What are you doing, Andrew? You
Just
cheating?
recap.
Oh, she's going through the whole list there.
She thought it was... She
Way
thought it
to
was
call
her...
me out, Tach.
She thought they were
Sorry.
diary
You were on
questions.
the you were on the wrong page. I'll give you a hint. It was when I very first started. It was in like the 10.8.9, 10.9.8. I forgot
Okay.
how to count.
Ooh, it says for
Right off
a
the bat.
good time, call me at. Oh,
She's reading right. It's right out of his book.
407.
Can you bring it down even further? To
Oh man, it was let's say a specific call out. It was something that they did something, and I mentioned several of these, and
What were
one
your-
of them was a lie.
What were your titles of the first 3, if you don't mind? Like just
The titles of the
briefs.
first 3 were Top Simpsons, thing that they predicted, the gym mat thing, and the donut shaped universe. Those are, and it is one of those 3. I'll tell you that.
Okay.
And it's not the whole thing. It's just one part of the.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to lean on you being a physics and an astrophysics kind of guy. I think it has to do with the donut, and I think I know when you said it.
Okay.
Because you made a joke, you made some sort of quib that I didn't quite catch at the end of that donut shape.
Most people don't
theory.
get my jokes.
Am I even close?
Nope. You know what? How about this? I'll give you here. Let me give you a 3. All right. Is it that the Simpsons predicted the Patriots would win one year? Is it that gym mat stuff was found in Chipotle burrito, or is it that it was 4 years after Homer made up the thing that they found radiation that patterns that basically show that the universe is shaped like a fucking donut?
I'm going to say the Chipotle
the
one.
radiation.
Chipotle.
No, I want to say Chipotle, but I think Subway was involved in that. And I remember that.
He said Subway part of it too, though. He said Subway. as well.
I remember that yoga mats were in their food or some shit.
Donut shaped universe is the part that I have a problem with, because I don't think it's a donut is what they've recently mapped.
Technically, it's a torus.
Just
Which is
pick
the name,
something.
which is the shape of that's a donut shape. That's what that's technically called.
Yeah, and that's why I know that's not that he's not going to put
He's
that
getting
kind of
too into
misinformation
it.
out
Yeah.
there.
All right,
This is my moment to educate.
Even with that being said, I'm going to go donut. What are you guys going?
I already said I'm going with Chipotle. thing.
Chipotle,
What about you,
What
man?
was the other one?
Andrea.
The other one was that they basically predicted that the Patriots were going to win. Like,
I want to say the team was wrong. I want to say it was a different team.
okay.
Which
Oh,
one?
I picked the donut before any of y'all.
Oh, the donut.
did you?
So we got
Sorry.
2 donuts. We got one
Patriots.
We got one
Patriots.
Patriots, and we have one right answer, which is that Chipotle had nothing to do with any of that.
All right, Zach.
I just personally
Rocky
hate
just
Chipotle.
Rocky just wants to put out some propaganda.
Yeah, I really like it. I mean, I just really like Qdoba if you're going to go with either one of them. So I just hate Chipotle. So
Unless
that's why I said
Chipotle, if you're interested in sponsoring The Twisted 10, let us.
That's what I'm saying.
I will cut that out.
Yeah,
I have a
just
running
kidding.
thing with Fast Food Jesus from BYOCB, and
Yep.
he loves them. And I just think Chipotle's, Qdoba's better.
Yeah, you
I'm
started. You got him to turn just a little bit on on one of our episodes. I don't know
man.
if it's the one that aired yet or the.
Yeah, it's come out by now. It has, but I mean, I've raised Qdoba's stock in Fast Food Jesus' name, so I feel better about myself. I really do. I feel better about myself. But that was it. Chipotle had nothing to do with it. I'm not even sure if they were a friggin' company at the time. I know they shouldn't have been.
I am
I'm
a
sorry.
Tijuana Flats.
Never
Oh,
been
Tijuana
through.
Flats is so much better.
Oh,
Never
yeah.
been.
Oh,
to
yeah.
I love
Oh,
Tijuana
Flats.
So
Flats.
good.
Oh, yeah.
Flats is great.
T-Splats will do you right.
I love all Mexican food though,
Indeed.
but I've
Yeah.
never been to Chipotle. So.
Oh man,
I'll eat
well,
them all.
that was my Twisted 10
Awesome
episode,
list,
guys.
man. That was
Yeah, great
awesome.
job,
Great
Rocky.
list.
Thank
That
you
was
so
fucking
much.
So,
fantastic.
I'm actually proud of you, buddy.
Where can our
much.
where can our listeners find you?
You can find us on whatsthefusspodcast.com. You can email me all your hate mail, and you can hit me up at Rocky Socha on Instagram, Twitter, and all that stuff. Our What's the Fuss Instagram is really fucking cool. We have a Facebook group. We have a Facebook page. We have all that stuff like that. You can Google our producer, Steve Etchie, who's hilarious. He's also one of the guys that runs PFT Media, and along with Chris Crespo. We have so many people that are coming along with this new network. It is really, really cool, guys. You can catch Bill. You want to tell him?
You just Billy Helveston on Facebook.
Yeah. He's
just-
part of What's the Fuss, too. So.
Yeah, I'm always on all the What's the Fuss stuff. You can just search Bildo, and
Yeah.
you'll find me on Instagram. If you want to check out my band, it's eattheelderly.com.
There you go.
And other than that, yeah,
Ding.
just catch us on the Facebook and look out for Pounding the Gap, a sports show.
Yeah.
That's going to be
Nice.
coming out.
But yeah,
soon.
What's the Fuss podcast is the best way to get a hold of us. We just got a whole bunch of new merch stuff, and I just lowered every single price of every single shirt, including women's shirts.
We're having a blowout sale.
And I want to thank you guys again.
And that's not all.
I was not lying. I really love this show. I'm so glad you guys do it. I think
Total
it's
blast.
Awesome.
I think it's the coolest thing ever. I'm subscribed.
Nice.
That's all I
Well,
can
thank
say.
you. Yeah, I listen to you guys as well as almost everybody in the podcast mafia. There's beginning to be a lot of
Podcast
people in
Mafia
there.
is really growing, and I am so proud of the Orlando community.
Such a cool community.
I mean,
to be a
and
part
I mean,
of.
obviously, you guys over here in Merritt Island, and then
We're an extension of Orlando.
Yeah,
exactly.
absolutely,
Burning Town.
absolutely.
A lot of you guys as fans coming from Orlando and stuff like that. But the Podcast Mafia community is so cool and so helpful. And I mean, dude, how cool does it get? How lucky are we to be able to share this?
Right?
You know,
awesome.
I think it's really cool. Thank you guys for having us.
Yeah, dude,
Yeah,
of course.
absolutely.
Thanks for coming out.
You guys were
So much fun.
Fantastic. And by the way, Pounding the Gap sounds like a podcast I'm really interested in hearing. Oh, wait, you said sports, though.
Yeah,
huh?
yeah,
No, I'm just kidding. I'm
it's a
kidding.
comedy show, though. It's just
misleading.
rooted in sports.
Coming
It's-
soon on PFT Media.
It's gonna be
That's awesome.
it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Is it directed towards anything in particular?
No, it's a comedy show
Yeah.
that's just sports rooted.
Well, it can't help but be a comedy show because Bill himself is kind of a comedian. He's just a funny
No,
dude.
I would
so-
never call myself a comedian.
Well, he's funny, so if he does something, it's gonna be fun. Like we did a trivia show not too long ago. It was hilarious because me and Etchie were on it. Anything that Bill's been on before, it just inherently becomes funny because he's funny.
Nice.
So,
well, thank you, Rock.
yeah.
I appreciate that.
That's why that's happening.
Sports podcasts have such a weird curve to their downloads. Like traditionally potpourri podcasts, like
Yeah.
Living Podcariously, What's the Fuss, all those different shows that just
that what
have
it's called,
a good
potpourri?
group.
What does
Yeah,
that
it's
mean?
just a random
Just a
group
grab bag of
hodgepodge of
different
different
shit.
topics.
I
and
think
stuff.
potpourri is just a little thing of stuff on the back of the toilet for you
Yeah,
to
it's,
eat.
just it's a miscellaneous
Well,
group
think
of
of
stuff.
that,
Don't
like
eat
all the
that. Don't
different
eat it.
colors.
Don't
and
eat it.
different
Don't
stuff.
eat it.
I thought the hickory was
not
delicious.
chips.
You're supposed to.
No,
You're supposed to
no,
smoke
no.
it. That's what you're supposed
Oh,
to.
that was a wonderful little pine cone I had.
Yeah,
I thought,
Our shows go like, our shows have a bell curve where you initially get your big bunch of listeners, but it goes slowly down.
We haven't had that
Sports
yet.
Shows, with sports shows, you have a huge spike, and then because it's not evergreen content, because it's
Yeah.
so topical each week, boom, it falls off the face. We have
So
a friend
fuck
that
you,
hosts.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's good because you get those huge numbers right up front, where normal podcasts
What?
don't.
What
don't
are we
get that.
talking
Well, it's
about?
gonna be more.
His
of
new
a-
show.
Sports? What?
It's
A future show.
It's gonna be a lot of comedy involved in it.
Go
So
sports.
it'll be fun.
Go
These two,
sports.
these two are
Yay,
not sports
sports.
fans.
Whatever.
Jay is, yeah, it's.
I like
all right.
MMA and hockey.
You don't
For
have
the
to.
same reasons.
You don't have to like the same flavors of ice cream to be friends.
Go sports.
Bill. This is why I
God
love
damn
him.
it, I love that.
I know. This is why he's my
Can I
favorite
get that
guy.
on? Can I put that on a bumper sticker?
Absolutely. Just cut me in on the royalty check.
It's better if you don't like the same flavor of ice cream because then you don't steal each other's ice cream.
There you go.
Exactly.
Oh, true.
Perfect.
The opposites attract theory.
It's beautiful, man.
All right.
All right, so you can follow us on, or you can send us an email at thetwisted10@gmail.com. Follow us on Instagram as well as on Twitter at thetwisted10.
That's right, as well as Facebook. Check out Facebook, facebook.com/thetwisted10. The photos from tonight, I'm going to put up a few of those tonight on there. And as well, I'm going to try to get us a group photo. And I want Tach for this cover art coming for Thursday to do your best Simpsons drawing of our
I'll
group
do my
photo.
best. I'll do my
Man,
best.
I would love to see that. It would mean the world to me. I mean, I'd hang that up. in the
Yeah, I'd be
studio.
excited
Tach's
about
We'd
an
it.
hang that up
amazing-
in Studio 27 at the Words Heard Studio, and they're on PFTV.
There you go. That's
Sorry.
a plug. Hit it.
There's
hit
a
it,
plug.
Hit it.
What's fuzzpodcast.com? Got t-shirts.
Tach's a good artist. If
And
anybody can
stickers.
do it, he can certainly
I'll
do
try. I'll try.
Yeah.
it. All right, cool. So, Jay, where are you going to be this week?
I'm
Are
actually,
you getting back on the road? Are you doing it again? Or what?
Yeah.
On
Son
the
went home
road
last
again?
week, so I'm back at Gregory's this weekend, July 27th, 28th, and 29th. Find me there. I'm also August 1st going to be at MI Island Restaurant.
Oh,
It's
nice.
their 3-year anniversary show. I'll be hosting that one with a couple of good comics. Duncan J, I believe, is headlining that. And
That's right up the road from us. That's not too far at all.
Yeah, that'll be August 1st. I think that one's sold out, so try to get on a wait list. And I guess,
You got to know
That's
someone.
great, man.
yeah.
You have
And,
to know someone for that one. That's awesome that you're selling out shows.
yeah. And then catch me, Raul, and Marcel on Pops On.
That's right. Pops On Podcast. Find it on YouTube. Is it up on?
It's up on YouTube. We're getting it up on Lifson and stuff. We'll get that. We're going to have that going by the end of the week.
Nice.
Cool.
Month, end of the month.
End of the month.
Yes.
Get with Tach to get it up on our YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Just to share it over there. Like we won't
gotta
post
do-
your shows. We'll just
yeah.
share them on our channel. So
You got to do them all. You got to do Libsyn, Stitcher, iTunes, Podcast Addict. You got to do the whole shebang.
Yeah.
Yeah, Stitcher is just another one you have to. Well, we'll talk about it after.
we've got enough experience with all of them. We'll help you guys with it. Whatever you know that.
Well,
You
I've
know that.
always depended on the kindness of perfect strangers. I do believe I'm about to catch the vapors.
All right, Andrea. Where can our listeners find you?
And you do want to find her.
I'll be at Brent Allen Salon in Baseball where
Put the lotion on your
you
skin.
can rub your head, rub your neck, rub your arms, rub your feet, make you feel good.
Rub it on
Come
the
down
skin.
and see me.
And how
Bill,
does,
you're drooling on me.
Give me that hose.
how does everyone leave Brent Allen Salon and Day Spa?
Are you talking about our happy endings?
Yeah, that's right. Every person leaves happy. They don't know what that means. Though.
I just
don't tell
adjusted
them.
my tie
There's
that
a
I
lot-
don't have.
There's a lot of silk moths flying around.
Oh, all right. Well,
All right.
you
Let's
ready to
get
get out of here?
Let's
All
get
right.
outta here.
By the way, we do have a Patreon set up. We
Yes.
don't really plug it that much. We have our very first donation for Patreon
We
on the
do.
Twisted 10.
The best
We're getting-
nation.
Thanks,
All right.
Clay.
That's right, Clay from the
Congratulations.
Fish Nerds podcast. Anyway, for $1, you get your name called out, Clay Groves. For $5, you get extra episodes.
Holy shit! Can we do that every episode now?
You just created
I
your
like how
trend.
you pretended it was automated, but you did it live.
For $10, I think you get to write a show. I don't remember exactly what our different things are. I should
Just
probably
go on
know
there and
this
check
better.
it out. We all kinds of rewards.
Yeah, all the
There you
rewards.
go.
But yeah, we would appreciate your guys' support. Our sponsors do help pay for a lot of stuff for us, but that doesn't cover everything. We don't charge our sponsors a whole hell of a lot. So we would appreciate anything you can give back to us. So thank you. If you enjoy it, that is. If you don't enjoy it, then don't give.
You can still
And
give.
turn it off and don't fucking listen.
Yeah, if you don't
Sharing
enjoy
is
it, give us
caring.
$100 a month and tell us how to do it better.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah.
We'll
That'll
accept that. All right. So on behalf
Or
of
show us to all your friends and say, "Hey, what do you think of these guys? One of them's bound to like us."
That's the smart way to
Way
go.
better
about
idea.
It.
I
Three
like
out
that.
of
Matter of
4
fact,
dentists approve.
Yeah,
It's true.
anybody want
show
to
it to
give
more people.
last minute shout outs?
Man, no, I want to thank you guys so much for having us, and we are very, very
Oh,
grateful.
please.
I know that Etchy was sad not to be here, but
Etchy,
again,
we miss you, buddy.
shit happens. I want to thank you guys so much, and
dude, of course,
I
always.
really love the show. I cannot wait to see you guys are doing next.
I like that.
thanks.
Thank you very much. All right, mouth hug,
Thank
Taco.
you.
All right. So on
Oh.
behalf of Living, listen to me. On behalf
show.
of the Twisted 10, I am Adam.
I'm Tach.
I'm Andrea Joy.
I'm Jay
And
Alvarez.
to our, sorry, I just talked right over.
Oh,
I just talked right. I went a whole episode without you thinking that I was going to fire
I had
you
to
or
fight.
something.
I had to fight this long just to get into the credits.
Yeah, I was saying, weren't you telling us about how you like had left him out of like the opening sequence or
Yep,
something
sure
for
did.
quite a while?
Ridiculously long amount of time.
It's because he's black.
That was the funniest thing. You guys were like, "Oh wait, you're not black?" I'm like, nah.
I was a little upset.
So we'll just skip him. I'll say, I'm Andrea Joy, and this is...
Jay Alvarez.
There we go. There we go. All right, and over to our two guests in studio tonight.
Rocky Socha and Billy Hurricane Helveston from What's the Fuss podcast. Thank you
Thanks
so
for
much.
having us.
Of course, guys, thank you very much for being in here. It was an awesome list, and we had a lot of fun.
Gracias.
Thanks, guys, for listening. Tune in to us next week. We'll see you then.
Peace.